We all want to live a long and healthy life, but do we have any predictors that can tell whether or not we're likely to get there? The answer to that question is yes, and in today's video I'm going to show you 3 simple tests that you can use to predict your longevity. So that's how long you're going to live and how healthy you're going to be, and how you can do them easily at home. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist here at HT Physio in Farnham, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 simple tests for longevity. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about when it comes to longevity is a predictor that's been shown to correlate to a long and healthy life, and that is your grip strength. Now, there's been research to show that weak grip is a big predictor of people who are going to develop health problems like Alzheimer's, or even people who are going to die early. So it seems that the weaker your grip, the less healthy you tend to be. And this might not necessarily be a cause and effect relationship. It might not be that you become unhealthy because you've got poor grip, but poor health usually shows up as weakness, and grip can be a proxy measure for overall strength. If I'm pretty strong all over my body, chances are I'm going to have a pretty strong grip, and vice versa. If I'm weak everywhere else, I probably won't have a very good grip. So measuring grip strength is a key way to estimate how healthy you are and how long you're going to live. Now, the gold standard for measuring grip strength is to use something called a grip dynamometer. And this is a device that you hold in your hand, you squeeze it, and it gives you a numerical reading for how strong your grip is. Now, this is a problem for us because they're very expensive tools, they have to be calibrated, and pretty much no one has them lying around. So we won't be using that for today's test. The other way we can assess grip is through a test called a dead hang. And that is where you hang from a bar, holding your body weight with your arms over your head, and see how long you can hang for. And this is a good test for people who are in their 30s and 40s who can safely hang from a bar, but my audience are 50 plus, and not that many people can do it safely. So we won't be doing that either. So I had to get creative today, and I've come up with a 3rd test we can use to measure your grip. So this test isn't validated or gold standard, but it's the best we can do at home. It's easy for everyone to do, and it reveals just how strong your grip might be. So let's have a look at this test now. So here's our first test for longevity, and it's a grip strength test. And I've improvised this test based on what I know about grip and how important it is and how challenging it can be for many people over 50. So here's how the test works. We're going to need something heavy to use to test our grip. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your body weight and you're going to divide it by 10. So let's say, for argument's sake, that my body weight is 90 kilos. I'm about 88, but let's say 90 for ease of use. So I would take the figure of 9 kilograms. Now, I've got 9 kilograms here. I've got 2 4.5 kilo ankle weights. Now, you probably won't have ankle weights lying around, so what you'll need to find is something at home of about equivalent weight to 10% of your body weight, and you're going to put it into a bag, or preferably you have something with a handle or a strap that you can hold on to. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to hold it in one hand with the elbow bent and the fingers pointing down like this, and a straight wrist. And then we're going to time how long we can hold that weight for. So this is 9 kilograms in my hand, and I'm holding it with my fingers down. Now, if I was to have started my timer, I'd probably get to about 10 seconds here, and I'm starting to get a bit of an ache on my forearm. Not too much for me to keep holding. I can feel that I'm having to now consciously grip with my fingers, but I'm going to keep holding and keep holding and keep holding. Now, I reckon I could probably get to a minute, maybe even 2 minutes doing this. And what I would say is a good marker for good strength in your grip is if you can get to 30 seconds or more holding 10% of your body weight with your palm down. Now, many people will not be able to do that, and that is a sign that you need to work on your grip. I have another video that I made recently about how seniors and over 50s can improve their grip. So that video, which you can find above, is a perfect place to start. So if you get more than 30 seconds, that's great. If you can't get 30 seconds, do some work and try and improve it. The second test for longevity we're going to do today is called the BOLT test, or the body oxygen level test. Now this is a very important test because it tests the efficiency of the oxygenation and carbon dioxide systems within your lungs and your blood. Now, many problems that affect our health significantly and cause early death are as a result of problems with the cardiorespiratory system, so the way your heart, your lungs and your blood work. If these systems aren't working well, we can't breathe properly, we can't get oxygen to our tissues, we're going to suffer over the long term. This test measures how long it's comfortable to hold your breath after you exhale. So let's have a look at the test now. You're going to start off sitting comfortably in a relaxed position. You're going to first breathe in deeply through your nose and then out through your mouth. At the bottom of the breath, so at the maximum exhale, you're then going to hold your breath. And you're going to do it pinching your nose. So your lungs are empty, you're holding your nose and you're not breathing. Now the next thing we're going to look for is how long it takes before we get the first drive to breathe. And by drive to breathe, what I mean is the first urge for us to gasp, for us to take breath in, or for the sensation of our airways tightening, as if it's like stress on the body asking us to breathe. Now what we're going to do as we do this is time how long it takes to get that first sensation. Now anyone with a BOLT score of less than 10 seconds should be concerned, and they should do something to work on their cardiorespiratory fitness. If you can get between 10 and 20 seconds, you still need work. If you can get above 20 seconds, that's not too bad, you're about average, but what we should be aiming for is a BOLT score of 40 seconds and above. And the research shows that people who have a BOLT score of over 40 seconds have a longer and healthier life. Now the third test for longevity, and this is one that's been proven in the research, is how good your balance is. We know that falls are a leading cause of early death and morbidity for people over the age of 50. And one of the biggest causes of falls is a loss of balance. So if we can have better balance, we have less chance of falls and a higher chance of leading a long and healthy life. So what's the gold standard when it comes to balance? Well, the way we test balance, we can do it in many different ways, but the gold standard is to test how long you can stand on one leg for. So we call this the single leg stand test, and we're basically going to put you on one leg and then time how many seconds you can stay there before you wobble and have to put your other foot down. If you're doing this at home, I recommend you do it in the corner of a room where you've got two walls near you, so if you wobble, you're not going to fall anywhere. Alternatively, you can do it next to your kitchen counter and take your hands off slowly just to make sure you're safe. So what are we looking for really? Well, the research shows that if you can get over 30 seconds of a single leg stand on both sides, you're far safer than someone who can only get 10 seconds or less. You've got a much lower chance of falls and a much higher chance of staying alive and healthy for longer. So if you can't get 30 seconds, you've got work to do. I like to get my clients up to a minute if possible. That's our sort of gold standard in here. So work towards 30 to 60 seconds. I have other videos on the channel about how to improve your balance. If you can't stand on one leg at all, don't worry. You can start off with something like this, a close stance, or you can progress to a tandem stance. There's loads of alternatives. Find it on one of my other videos. You can find it above, and that will show you how to improve your balance if it's not where it needs to be. So those are my 3 simple home tests for longevity for people over 50. I hope you found that video useful. Give those tests a try, see how you get on, and then drop a comment below and let us know what happened. I hope this has been a revealing video for you. And if you found a problem, work on it, and over time you can improve those measures. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. If you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. And I'll see you on the next video.